everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Our talks today is continuing on the series about winter solace and being prepared for our seniors' behavior during these holidays season, as well as the cold weather that keeps them indoors and unable to socialize. What can they do for activities? So today we have a couple of things to discuss regarding 6 tips for beating the winter blues for our seniors. And it is not only the physical sense, but we're also talking about the mental, emotional sense. And very typical during this time of year in the winter months that you're kind of isolated at home, there is depression that sets in for our senior loved ones. So something that we really want to concentrate on and be able to help our seniors to adapt to the season changes. I researched a lot on this, and a great article was presented by Farm America that I am utilizing for our talk here. And they went in to establish the 6 tips that are great ideas, but also to consider not only the physical, but the cognitive side of our blues for the winter months. They say the cold days, dark days of winter can be hard for anyone, but they can be especially difficult for residents. During the winter months, seniors are at a high risk for seasonal disorder, a type of depression that cycles with the seasons, and vitamin D deficiency. Both of these conditions are tied to a lack of sunlight and can be detrimental to mental and physical health, causing changes to appetite and sleeping patterns and habits, irritability, loss of interest, and low energy. So we're going to talk about 6 tips that can enhance during these months moods and help seniors have a positive thought process through this particular season. 1, let the sunshine in. Agree. When you go into a dark room, it becomes it's dismal. If there's not light that is shining through the windows, natural sunlight is important at every age, and it brightens up the home environment. So absolutely, opening the blinds, opening the curtains is something that you want the sunshine to come in. Vitamin D comes from the sun, and so how do we absorb that? That can be absorbed through not only physical intake, but also to be exposed to the sun. So that could be sunlight coming in, or on a little bit better days that it's not bitter cold, to maybe sit outside, bundled up, of course, and absorbing the sunshine. It makes everything bright, really and truly. So it's not depressing to walk in a dark room that's not well lit, but it's also good for a sense of well-being, too. 2, plan events. Just like anything we do during the summer months and maybe the fall months and spring, we plan events. Planning events during this time of the year, putting something on the calendar is something for your senior to look upon and expect and look forward to. So, if they're in senior living, of course, that's going to be on a calendar already. But if you have a loved one living at home, the activities and planning event is going to be something that you need to plan upon and with others involved. There might be some daycare situations in your community. Of course, if it's not inclement weather, to get there with transportation or local transportation, but planning event of something to look forward to on the calendar. Like every Thursday, we go to the mall. Every Friday, we have an exercise class. So again, it's something to look forward to and not just running through the days in the season. 3, encourage routines. Typically, with the winter months, we want to sleep in. It's cold, it's great under the covers, and getting out of bed and actually having a routine, not only wake up time, eating time for breakfast, should be replicated during no matter what time of the year it is, and especially during the winter months. We don't want to stay in bed all day. That could add to the depression. It could add to the decline of ambulation, and also really not engaging with others. So they're alone in their bed. So we want to make sure that we encourage routines, that we stick to a pattern, and something that, again, to look forward to, and it's something that's consistent. Number 4 is promote a healthy diet. During this time of the year, in the winter months, sometimes we just eat just to get it over with, not cooking and all, but staying on a pattern, especially if it's something that somebody is diabetic, high cholesterol, you want to stay on a real good particular diet that enhances their quality of life, cardiac diet as well. And also during this time we want to also make sure we have hydration. Not only is hydration during the summertime, but is also prevalent in the wintertime as well. So we want to make sure that we have enough fluids, but more importantly, a healthy diet. Don't enrich it just with carbs. Make sure there's proteins in there as well too. Fruits. There is some fruits of season that come out during the winter months as well. Make sure that you partake in that as that with your loved one. So a healthy diet is important. We don't want frozen foods that are really enveloped in a lot of sodium too. So make sure it is healthy. Number 5, provide ways to stay active. Of course, we want to stay active during the winter months, no different than the summer months. And how do you become active if you're still living at home versus that of senior living? Maybe if there is no snow on the ground or it's not really too inclement weather, taking little walks with your loved one is something good. Even maybe just walking around the home, doing a little bit of exercise. There's a lot of exercises that can be done in the home while still sitting. It could actually be watched on a video. Chair exercise, chair yoga. So a lot of those things can still be involved, but being active, not just sitting around all day and not doing anything. And now the famous saying is, you don't use it, you lose it. That's the same thing with your extremities, especially your lower extremities. We gotta keep making sure that we are walking, okay? So this way there is circulation as well. 6, offer opportunities to socialize. Maybe it's not getting you out on a regular basis. Invite the neighbors over for your senior loved one. Maybe have a little social. So planning something for them to socialize. Like I said, I keep repeating, senior living is easy because it's already included in their activities program, and it's in a safe haven because it's under one roof. But you could invite people over, your loved ones, neighbors and friends and family. Is there a daycare center close by? Is there a church group close by? What opportunities is there to socialize? Even volunteering at the local hospital is something that's good. It creates socialization, them seeing other people as well. So the more that you plan for something and you offer opportunities of socializing, it really gets them out of the funk of being depressed and having the winter blues during this time of the year. So if you take these tips, maybe 1, 2, or 3 tips, and really enhance upon them and expound upon them, would be great. The winter months are short in some states, and some states it's a little bit longer. So be creative. There's so many things that you can do. And as long as you are along these lines of enhancing them and not being that they're left alone or they're fending for themselves or they're sitting all day just thinking. This is something that is planned. It's something to keep them active, socialize, and not be isolated from others. So these are great little tips, like I said, from Farm America that I was using it as a resource. As always, I always lead you to my website. It is www.goldenruleseniorplacement.com. There you will see not only my bio, there is the demographics of our company, there is testimonials, various options, there is also resources, and there's a whole host of all these video talks labeled Tuesday Talks. Please peruse that website. It's a good informative venue to be involved in. And if anytime that you need to get in contact with me, there is my demographics there to maybe give me a topic that you would like to discuss here on Tuesday Talks. And we'll be meeting again next week, and we'll be talking about more winter solace ideas that we could expound upon, and things that we can do with our senior loved ones. As always, be involved. And thank you so much for viewing Tuesday Talks with Linda McKenna of Golden Rule Senior Placement Services. And we'll see you next week, and have a healthy and a happy and blessed week. Bye. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.